wonderful. So now here goes the juicy part. This is where you learn if you're a leader or not, right? So I set it up to where, excuse me, one of my students would load the ATM and I'll provide the ATM. Then I'll put some extra money in his pocket and it wouldn't have me coming out of pocket to load the ATM. Sharing some of the resources, right? So I agree with my student, hey, I'm gonna have my guy come install it. You're gonna put in your own code, everything all yours, as y'all seen in those videos that I uploaded on Instagram. So I allowed him to cash load it, right? But check this out. On my way there, on my way to the install, it was raining. It was like last Thursday. It was raining, and I caught a flat tire on the highway. I caught a flat tire on the highway. Can you believe that? But see, let me tell you how God worked. So as I caught that flat tire, right, I pulled off the side of the highway, and I don't know on your car, but on my car, it shows me the tire pressure. So I'm slowly losing tire pressure. So I pull up to this gas station and I just type in the nearest tire shop. Just so happened the nearest tire shop was like 2-3 minutes up the road. But I got a handy dandy air pump tire. I pumped on my tire, went there, got to change the tire, and then proceeded to the install, right? Just giving you a full gist of how my day was going. So I get there, my guy was doing the install, and we ended up, doing shooting some video, asking the manager that was there at that time what would be a good place to place the ATM. They wanted to place the ATM right on the side of the other ATM, which I thought was kind of crazy, but hey, oh well. I'm glad I got this location. So we go ahead, we place the ATM, we drill it in, we bolt it down. Now the owner's brother comes in. So at first it was just the manager there. Now the owner's brother comes into the place. Now this is where you gotta understand situations and how to adjust to situations. Now, mind you, I told you it's kind of hard for us to communicate because for one, he's speaking Spanish and I'm speaking English, and he's kind of speaking a broken English as well. So we're talking, we're going back and forth, we're going back and forth. He says he doesn't want the ATM to be right where we put the ATM. He wants the ATM to be somewhere else. Well, on the other side of it. And we was like, we already bolted it down. He got upset. He got really upset. He ended up calling his brother over the phone. As he called his brother over the phone, he's talking to his brother in Spanish, of course. And once he gets off the phone with his brother, which is the owner's husband, well, both of them own it together, so it's a wife and a husband. After he got off the phone with his brother, he told me that his brother said they don't want the ATM anymore. So I'm about to lose the deal, right? And it's really because he kind of came in late. He was kind of arguing with my install guy. My install guy was kind of arguing with him because he already basically did the install. He already bolted it down. We did all the programming and everything. Now he wants to move. So I'm just trying to calm down my installer guy because he's getting heated. And I'm trying to calm down the owner's brother. So follow me. So he tells me, "Oh no, we don't want the ATM no more." I said, "Hold on, wait a minute. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Let me fix it. I'll have him move this ATM wherever you want me to move it. Just give me a second. Let me call the owner." So I get on the phone with Amanda. "Hey, Amanda, it's just a miscommunication. Please tell your husband we have no problem with moving the ATM. This is where customer service comes into play." You get what I'm saying? Customer service, I'm telling her, like, "Hey, just give me a chance, give me an opportunity, and we will move the ATM wherever you want us to move it to." Well, she tells me that her brother-in-law was thinking that we were using the internet, the ether cord from the other ATM to plug in our ATM. And I had to explain to her, like, no, that's not what's going on. We got our own wireless. We were going to plug back in that other ATM. It's just a miscommunication. She's like, "Oh, okay. Well, let me talk to my brother." So the brother-in-law, he comes, he grabs on the phone, and they going back and forth. They're going back and forth. So thank God he was just like, okay, and he kind of walked off. You can still kind of tell that he's frustrated, but this is where customer service and de-escalation comes into play. You gotta. I'm the oldest of four, so I know how to de-escalate a lot. Hey, y'all stop fighting. Hold on, calm down. What's going on? What's going on? So that's why I had to step in. And fix that. So I'm talking to the guy. I'm letting him know, hey, we'll do whatever you ask us to do. Just tell us where you want it to go, and we'll do it. So we did it. We ended up doing the install. Everything ended up, passing over because I'm trying to talk to him, but like I said, it's a language barrier. So I'm smiling. I'm reading his body language. I'm talking to him like, hey man, it's no problem. It's no problem. We'll do exactly what you asked of us to do. Is no problem. After a while, we talked and conversed back and forth. He offered me a beer, and the day was saved. So that's how I ended up getting that location. Long story short, but it's a lot of lessons in what I just spoke on. The first lesson is if I wasn't there, if I wasn't there and I just sent my student and my installer guy, I would have lost that location, guaranteed, guaranteed. Because my student, he's fairly new to it. He doesn't want to ruffle feathers, And but my install guy, he really don't care because he's just getting paid for install, so he don't care if I lose the location or not. So, so that was my first, lesson that I learned. Second is when everybody's heated, you gotta find a common ground. You gotta find a common ground, and you gotta even if you can't necessarily understand the words that people are speaking to you, especially if they're speaking in a different language, you must read body language. You must read, the room. And I can see his body language get exaggerated. I can see my install guy body language and words because I can understand him get heightened. So I had to bring all that back down in order to keep this deal, right? Um, and that just goes to show, you gotta be able to hold your head in hot situations. In hot situations where things are heated, or it might not look like it's going your way, or it might look like, damn, all this stuff is happening to me all at once. Let me just tuck my tail and give up. You cannot do that. You cannot tuck your tail and give up. You just must push forward. So I just wanted to share that experience with you guys. Um, there's more locations coming very soon. Like I said, the lady that I know, Miss Amanda, she has multiple locations, and these are high foot traffic locations, bars, and they're open pretty late, and they're open 7 days a week. So more locations coming. I got marketing schemes that I'm putting into play. I might record it, just to show you guys, one of my marketing tips. But more content is definitely coming soon. More content is definitely coming soon. But always keep that in mind. Even when things look like it might not be going your way, you could still save it. Sometimes things are unsavable, but some things can be fixed with conversation and understanding, right? Because before her brother-in-law came in to the location, we already had a conversation with the manager, right? And the manager told us that's where he wanted the ATM. That's where he wanted the ATM installed and everything. So when the brother came in and started changing things up, you must be flexible. You must be able to adjust when things turn, left sometime. But that's the story about the latest install. If you haven't seen my latest install, go on my Instagram and check out my reels. I dropped a couple of reels with training, my student on this new location. It's a different type of ATM as well. Well, it's the same. It's a Hyosung Halo 2. The only difference is